And here we go. Oh my goodness. So as I said at the beginning of this year, 2025 is going to be rough. All right. To be frank with y'all, I think this whole administration for the next 4 years is going to be rough because this man is intent on appeasing white people. And I don't even mean all white people. I mean the elite white people. I mean rich white people. Now, I find that absolutely hysterical given that it was mainly the middle class and the poor that voted for him. Okay, they were the ones that put him into office. And he has turned his back on them on day one. Okay, on day one. These mofos are suffering. And I think even with their hatred of black people in this country, even with that, I think it's going to get to them. I genuinely believe that. I think that eventually the price of eggs, the price of gas, the cost of their insurance skyrocket. I think all of that is going to compound over time where they're going to have enough is enough. All right. Enough is enough. And they just like, yo, I like Trump, but this ain't it. Maybe they don't attack Trump directly. Maybe they attack some type of stooge. All right. Maybe their representative, their senator. That's how I see this happening. Because the next thing on his chopping block is, of course, any type of protection for the American people. He doesn't have a problem protecting Israel, okay? He has no problem protecting those people. But when it comes to the American people, well, we just straight up out of luck, all right? Because what this man has recently done has destroyed the database for misconduct for federal officers. That's what he's done. Now, I'm thinking to myself, how in the world does this lower the price of gas?
He's out of line, but he's right.
Because you have to think about what this man has been doing, all right, when he got in office. What did he promise y'all? Oh, we're going to lower the price of gas. We're going to, inflation's going to be down. We're going to have the golden age. That's what he said. What he's been doing is been giving money to Netanyahu, pulling out Netanyahu's chair, changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, not deporting people. I want you to understand that currently right now, Biden deported more people than Trump. Okay, just so we're clear. So for all those people who are like, well, it's the deportations. No, what we're seeing right now is theater. You guys have to understand, this is theater. All these people, they showing people crying and stuff like, that's all theater. The numbers don't lie. He's nowhere near the same amount of Obama or Biden. Damn, think about that. But what he does have is theater, because he knows theater will appease the low IQ ignorance of his base. As long as the ignorant see that, oh, look at the video. Oh, yeah, they're getting deported. Yeah, let go America. That they don't care about the numbers because most of them don't know how to count to 10 anyway. All right? They don't even have 10 teeth in the mouth.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So just keep that in mind, that what we're seeing is theater, just straight propaganda. That's what's happening. Now, I know what many people have been reporting is leading with that, hey, this is a database of misconduct for officers. But that's not all this database did. Because you have to understand, Biden signed this as an executive order due to Black Lives Matter, due to as far as what happened to George Floyd, due to as far as the riots that came about this violation of our rights. Now, you have to understand that I find it hysterical that the right has gone back to bootlicking. That's what they have gone back to. Because during the lockdowns, it was all, hey, you violating my rights. You're violating my rights. That it wasn't Nancy Pelosi shutting your business down. It was law enforcement. It was the police shutting your business down. It was the police telling you, you can't do that. People were arrested. People got sent to jail. And all of that, they go and turn around and start sucking the boot again. They start sucking the boot again, the authoritarian boot again.
You want me to kiss your... That's right, apologize.
And the same thing's going to happen. It's going to end up biting them in the butt. Because what, in addition to this database, all right, and what that did was it would allow people to stop these officers or to stop these, these miscreants, these gang members with badges, because that's what they are, stop them from going from department to department from department, because that's what they would do.
That all federal law enforcement agencies screen personnel, all of them. Now, the objective, prevent officers with a history of abuse from moving in between departments. David Thomas has decades of experience working in law enforcement. He's retired now, but says he believes the national database tracking misconduct by federal police officers should be kept running.
You're just letting one bad apple move from one agency to the next.
They would just simply, you get fired from one department, you go to another department. And mum's a word on any type of correction or misconduct that you had. It was just like, is he good? Yeah, he's good. And that's it. That's how that would work. It's the same thing that happens right now with our law enforcement, all right, at a state level, where they can just go from this area to this department, that department, and mum's a word. They just accept them. You can get fired from one department, then go to the next department. And that's how they skirt the system. It doesn't matter about the lawsuits. The only way you can handle these people if they're locked up, if they are locked up for life, because it's very much a boys' club. Unfortunately, it's a boys' club with justice. Let that sink in when people want to talk about the great things of America. It's a boys' club with justice. But having said that, in addition to that, it stopped as far as barred chokeholds, unless authorized lethal force was given, right? Unless you got permission to use lethal force, it barred the use of chokeholds. Now, how does this help me with the price of gas? How does this make Americans safer? It doesn't. What we are looking at is honestly, as I said, is a soft dictatorship. And we have this fool talking about long live the king on X. So I know people want to say, oh, it's a joke, it's trolling. What happens when it no longer becomes a joke? What happens when it's no longer trolling? What happens then?
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
In addition to that, it expedited the Bodycam footage being released to the public. Now, why on God's earth would you want to hinder the expediency of body cam footage being released to the public? Why would you want to hinder that process? Why would you want to make that process slower? Because the whole point that they want to talk about, oh, this is the most transparent administration ever. How, Sway? It's only transparent if you have a below room IQ. That's the only way it's transparent. And for all the people that constantly want to say, well, if you got nothing to hide, then you should allow the police to search your house, to search your car, to search your pockets. That's the mindset of these bootlickers. So by that same token, why on God's green earth would you want to remove this? If you have nothing to hide, there's no misconduct that's happening at a large scale. Why would you want to remove this database? All this database does is to serve not only the American people, but law enforcement. Because now we get to see the bad apples. Because now we see, oh, this person has a pattern of misconduct. Maybe this person shouldn't have the authority. That's not a thought that comes up into their brain. Okay? What comes up into their brain is farting in the bathtub and a lack of toothpaste. Lastly, goes over thorough and timely investigations. Why on God's green earth? I'm going to keep asking you this because I don't know anyone who can give me a salient answer, right? A cogent, logical answer. Why would you want to prevent or hinder thorough and timely investigations? Why? Why do you remove that? Why would you want to get rid of that? It doesn't make any sense. Unless you want to destroy the country. Unless that's what you want to do. You want to destroy the country and make sure there's no paper trail. That's what it is. You want to make sure you have a Gestapo, you have a bunch of brown shirts who are doing your bidding and there's no paper trail. So when the next administration comes in and they see all the corruption that's going on, they're like, yo, we gotta change this. That now they can't do anything because, hey, there's no paper trail. There's no receipts to all the crimes they've been doing. There's nothing you can do. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to feel powerless. And the only person I can think that would want you to feel powerless is a dictator. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not, I don't know how you spend this. Well, listen, Lucas, this is a good thing because most officers are good, so the database was pointless to have. That's what I'm thinking they probably say. Or if you don't believe, this is foolishness. And even if you do agree that most officers are good and, that there's only a handful of bad apples, then why would you want to not know who those bad apples are? Wouldn't that make sense to know who those bad apples are so we can remove them out of the bunch? Anyways, If you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Friday to Sunday, Disagreement Day. You can call in, we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. And subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
If you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge,